Aha! We are live. We are live. The JillStream. We are back. Hello, Jill.
Hello,
It is good to
interview.
it is good to see you, my friend.
It's been a
And
while.
yeah, it's been a
Well, a little while.
while. I don't know if you like stained or whatever, but let me go through all my little shilling and everything. But under normal circumstances, we do the Jill stream on Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Just like
Eastern
block. I'll
Standard.
just block that one part out with my finger.
Yeah, it's like that kind of thing. And then we do take the audio and put it on anchor.fm/Akari Press. We are also on the other podcasting platforms: Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn, all those places.
Basically everything.
Yeah, with pretty much all your favorite streaming platforms. We're also going to be on Planet EJOBN. We're streaming live to them right now. Hello, Planet EJOBN. Salute to Jamal Baraka, all those good folks over there. And please leave a like on the video, of course. And if you are watching on one of the other platforms, because we're streaming on Twitch and Periscope and all that, and you just want to hang out directly in the chat, it is youtube.com/Akari Press. Whew. All right.
Boom.
Yeah, okay. So, and AkariPress.com will take you to Brand Way of the Gun. Oh, yeah. So let me see. I've got my new comic that we launched 1 week ago today. It's Dame Drop Super Official. And you can go to damecomic.com and pre-order your copy. We've got some cool stuff. We've got autographs, like Dame signing. He's
Ah.
signing copies of the books. We also got Badlands Chugs to agree to sign 500 copies of the book.
Wow.
We're gonna do.
Ow.
We're doing a Badlands Chugs
Ow.
comic. So yeah. Ow. I don't know. I can't
No, I'm
remember
just
that.
saying that hurt my
Cameo. That's the name of
face.
that group. Word up. Ow. Make my dreams come true. Ow.
Keep going.
Like candy. Ow. I don't know why I'm saying that. But all right. But yeah, matter of fact, I'm just gonna leave the Dame comic up because I like the way that looks like.
Well, why not?
Because like I said,
Why?
go to damecomic.com.
That's what's going on. I mean, why? Yeah. I mean,
But
why
but
wouldn't you?
but yeah, this is obviously the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, people will stuff themselves in celebration of a Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. Well,
But
no, that's next month.
yeah, I guess.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, for real, that's the the Costanza holiday.
Yeah.
I love that. The
Always
feats
love
of
Frank.
strength.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
for the Seinfeld
yeah.
fans out there,
So, aha. And Mr. Yule Carter in the
and
chat said, finally the dream team is back.
hey,
Unfortunately,
y'all.
I've been slightly busy and
Which
yeah.
is good. Busy. That's good. This is
Yeah.
just nonsense, you know.
Yeah. This
This
is
is
just
fun
nonsense.
nonsense.
This is just nonsense. But like I said, we got Dame's comic launched and we had a live stream party on our channel, which is still on the archive, and it is also available on some of the other platforms. Like if you're on Planet EGOBN, you can check up the video archives, and it'll be there and all that kind of stuff. But you can come
Cool.
to the Ikari Press YouTube, and you will see it there as well. But
That's a good place to go to see it.
yeah, well, please and like and subscribe. But
Like and subscribe.
but we were before all the hecticness. I don't even know if that's a word. All the
Yeah,
hectic.
I understood it.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just making
Fine.
up words. But before everything happened, we were almost done with season 1 of The Wire. Matter of fact, we are on now. We are on season 1, episode 12 of The Wire.
Right. So we have 2 episodes left. Oh,
Yeah,
including this one, right? Like one more after this one.
this is the penultimate episode.
Yeah.
It is called Cleaning Up, and it is directed by Clement Virgo. And those of you that have been watching us on the Jill stream previously know that Clement Virgo, this is his second. This is one of 2 episodes that he directs. The first one was earlier in season 1. I think it's the fourth episode. Is called Old Cases. So we did the Jill stream on.
Is that the one where they do the walkthrough?
I I believe so. That's when
At
they
the
first.
apartment, that really good scene.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. I think
episode?
fuck.
Because that's a good, yeah,
All that kind of
that's a good
So
bit. That's a,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's a lot of Wire fans. That's actually one of the most famous scenes in the Wire. But I mean, yeah, that old cases is a pretty popular episode from season 1. So he Clement directed that, and he directed some stuff that's on like what was it? Oh yeah, he directs episodes of Billions on Showtime, which is about to come back in a couple of weeks. They got put on delay because of the COVID. Obviously, a lot of people
Seems
have.
like some things are coming back. It seems like reality shows had a little bit easier time
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it, just the way they do things. Did you like Triple D, right? Diners,
yeah,
Drive-Ins,
yeah.
and
Matter of
Dives.
fact,
Have
yeah.
you seen any of the newer episodes that he's been doing it from like his backyard, which is he has this huge grill in his
Oh, okay. I need to
backyard.
go and check my on demand. I hadn't seen
Yeah,
some of the
check it.
news.
It's interesting how they're doing it because he's having chefs that he's visited before and they send him like a care package of food and him and his sons make it while zooming with the chefs and stuff and just kind of talking about it and stuff. It's interesting. It's different. I mean, it's the same but different.
Well, it's
kind of
kind
cool.
of funny. It's funny you say that because in Dame Drop Super Official, we have 2 stories in the book, and the main story is Super Official, which is drawn by Kanan White, and but then we have a second story. So we basically got 2 full-length comics in the book, and but the second story is called Melee at Mofungo, and Melee at Mofungo, the backup story is the one that has Badlands Chugs included in it. So that was, once Dame talked to Badlands Chubbs, he was like, yo, you want to get down on this comic thing? And like I said, so we're doing, he signed it. Matter of fact, we gave Badlands Chubbs his own cover, which is I think it's cover 2, which is the Mike S. Miller cover. And so Mike
how
S.
many
Miller,
covers are there?
we've got a total of 4. We've got matter of fact, and I work with Dame on like the names of the tiers and all that kind of stuff. Because we got the cool. 5 all day.
Nice.
Because Dame has like he has his star rating when he's rating the food, and he goes, "Oh, that's a 5 all day." So 5 all day is
the top tier, I assume.
Yeah, that's the best stuff. So the 5 all day, which
stuff.
Yeah, so if you just want like the digital, like just the PDF of the book, you can get it for $5. So it's a 5 all day, but he also said, "Oh, it's a 4 out the door." So we got 4 out the door, which is all 4 of the covers: the Kanan's cover, Mike S. Miller's cover, and then we've got the Manasseh Johnson cover and Elliot Fernandez's cover. So that's what we do. So we got a 4-pack of that, and then we've sold a few of those, and then we've got you can get them either regular or signed. But that's one of the things I kind of thought about. So I was like, oh, okay. But when Dame is very hands-on, I will say that is like when I've we were just talking about 2.5 hours ago, because we were just kind of going over what we wanted to do as far as like how to promote. Matter of fact, I know on his new video today, I know he plugged the book and all this kind of stuff. So he's been kind of just inserting because he doesn't want to do like serious shield live streams, but we've got some other ideas on how to do that. That was kind of what I was discussing with Miss Jill before we went on the air there. But Jill is awesome. And okay, so I am on HBO Max. So like I said, we're going to watch The Wire season 1, episode 12. So like I said, this and then this one, and then one more episode, and we'll be done with season 1 all together. So
and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, and we'll figure out what we want to do.
I mean, Jill may need a wire break, but
that's what. No, but like I said, we've got other things that we can kind of goof on and do and all that kind of stuff. So
we do what we want.
Yeah, we do what we want.
We do what we want.
Whatever. I do what I want.
I do what I
want. But okay, so like I said, whatever. If you want to watch The Wire along with us, go to HBO Max or put your Blu-rays in, or however you want to watch The Wire. Or if you're, like I said, if you're on the podcast, because that was one thing people were like, oh, I listened to your podcast and I just put the thing on and listen as you guys talk. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. But So some of you might be listening to this later. So
It's like the Z commentary track.
yeah,
Like the very last
basically.
one you would ever want to listen to.
Yeah. So I am on. Okay. So I am on the
I'm ready. I'm on
little.
the
I'm on the wall HBO
classic
screen.
HBO screen.
So yeah, throw up your gang signs. I mean, but HBO Max or whatever on demand or however you watch HBO, season 1, episode 12 of The Wire, and then I'm gonna count down and hit the button, and we're gonna get into it. So okay, so get ready to hit your buttons in 3, 2, 1. Hit play now. Uh-oh. A little too loud.
Oh, I guess we could have talked about what happened last time.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Oh well, we know Kima got shot.
Kima shot's in the hospital. I mean,
this is directly
building up to be wrapped up.
Yeah, because they were at the hospital. McNulty was crying, all this kind of stuff. They've been trying to make sure that they keep at least a member of the squad at the hospital, just in case she wakes up and all this kind of stuff. So,
just remember, this episode's called Cleaning Up, and if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I watched it now. But there's going to be cleaning up to do on both.
Well, the police had already started kicking the doors down in episode 11 because they were like, "Hey, dope on the table," as if that's going to solve everything. Police got shot and the whole deal. So
yeah, but they're going to start cleaning up too. The what's his face?
Yeah, so
not Stringer Bell. Jeez, I am with names on this program.
It throws me off about how young McNulty looks here because I've seen him on,
I assume he's very grayed now or has gray hairs going.
He's definitely an older gent. I mean,
or at least I hope so. I mean, gray. It's a natural process. I like gray.
I think he was like mid-30s when he shot this. So this is.
It's quite possible he could already be going gray and just hair dyed. I mean,
he's probably a little tweaked up here, but you see, Lieutenant Daniels. Oh no, but Lieutenant Daniels is.
Was that Forrest Gump reference?
Yeah, it was Forrest Gump, and it was horrible Forrest Gump. But
yeah, it really was. That really wasn't that good, Andrew.
Yeah, I know. So I think my Bubba's better, but you see, Lieutenant Daniels was kind of talking to McNulty about, "Hey man, get your head out your ass. You've been like just throwing a pity party ever since Kima got shot, and we need you to help us put this case down." Yeah. And he's like, "Fuck this case, man. I don't care about this case."
Yeah, now it's even more personal than it wasn't personal before, but now he cares in a different way, almost.
Right. And I mean, not that he wasn't already like heavily drinking before.
Right. He was already invested, obviously. For sure.
So,
but he was already invested, and now it's personal, I guess. Now it's personal.
And now it's personal. You need that voiceover. It's like a Death Wish trailer or something. So, so McNulty is trying to get his head right so he could do what he needs to do to put these evil Barksdales down.
Barksdales, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. The Barksdales have some cleaning up to do as well.
Oh, they definitely do. They definitely have. They're trying to. Because they're like, we need to straighten everything out. So, way down in the hole, way down in the hole. And,
sing it.
Yeah. This is me, yo, right here. Wallace. So, all right. So we open up. We got D on that. Let me guess, the filthy couch that I'm always worried about. Okay. They down there in the pits. Okay, yeah, there's the filthy couch that you got to
Okay,
get a
besides
headband.
it just being kind of like a normal thing, and that's just how it is, right? Like there'd be a couch there, people hang out. Is it a metaphor for something else as well? I mean, it's always there, right? Like they're always. I have no
Yeah,
answer. I'm just
yeah.
spitballing here.
Okay, so you see Strings come down there with some muscle. He got two soldiers with him, and he just rolled up on Bodie and D, and he was like, "Yo, I need your
Yep.
pagers."
No more
And they
pagers.
and they looking at him like, "Why I got to give you my pager?" So they getting rid of everything, anything that because they know now, they know for a fact the police are on them.
Right.
They've shot the police officer. They shot a police officer. They know there's going to be blowback. So
These guys. Oh wait, they just got the cell phones. Okay, because I was about to say they're gonna have like no means of communication. Obviously, they have to communicate. So
but even with the like, because you see the cell phones become more prevalent in season two, the burners,
burners. Yeah,
yeah, the
exactly.
burner
Right.
phones and stuff.
Sure.
They're not, yeah, they haven't come up with that yet because I remember this time. What was this? This was 2000. I think this was 2001, 2002.
Yeah, early.
Yeah, 2002 because it was
2000
after
for
9/11.
sure.
So yeah, 2002 when this went down, and cell phone technology was still terrible at that point. So
Yeah, it wasn't
um,
the whole app situation. It wasn't the same.
yes, a
I would say.
smartphone then is different. Was different. So yeah, and not to mention like you see. There was a matter of fact, someone shared a meme earlier today on Facebook, and it was an old meme of Kurt Cobain, the lead singer from Nirvana,
Yeah.
and he had a cell phone, but it was one of those big. And I
It
was
was
like,
like Zach from Saved by the Bell.
yeah, it was
Did you were
horrible.
you a Saved by the Bell person,
Oh yeah,
Antonio?
yeah. Matter of fact, it's coming back.
Remember Zach
Coming back.
had that big cell phone too. I
Yeah,
had you had a pager, right? Did you have a
yeah, but
pager?
it was
I had a
yeah.
pager for a
I,
short time, actually, not even that long a period of
Yeah,
time.
I
I
was a
wasn't really
lonely
good at it.
painter guy because I was horrible with women. Nobody ever wanted to call me or anything.
Nobody ever sent you like little secret messages that
I was
numbers that mean
encouraging
something.
friends to page me, and they would just page me out of pity. It was like a pity page. I was just like, okay, so now they're at the headquarters or wherever the secret cop layout where the major crimes unit is, and they're starting to see that the phones, all the pay phones are getting pulled out. The Barksdales are cleaning up. They are
Yeah,
switching everything up.
it's
So
obvious they know what's going on.
right.
McNulty and Lester, like, yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, they shot a police. So at that point, there's a police officer down.
Oh,
We
Lester,
know,
that remind before I forget, Antonio, I have to interrupt you here.
yeah.
I've been going. I love Broadway, and I've been watching like some just different like Tony Awards things and different like Broadway performances. And now I
Star
can't
Clark
remember his
Peters.
name.
Clark
Lester.
Peters.
What's his real
Clark
name?
Peters.
Clark Peters.
Clark
He was
Peters.
in the production of Chess, one of the original productions of Chess, and I was just watching. I was like, hey, there's Lester. There's Clark Peters.
Well,
Just a random wire
no,
appearance.
but I was matter of fact, he went live on his Instagram the other day. I was like, his Instagram, I don't think it's verified yet, but he's only got like 20 something thousand people, and like I say, he's been acting for 40 something years. But I I got an advertisement for this app called Stream Musicals. And
What?
they actually have like a musical on demand app. You it's like go like Google Stream Musicals
Is
and
it shows or just the songs?
no, it's
It's the
actual
productions.
filmed Broadway shows,
Is it
and they
new
have
stuff or old stuff? Do you know? Is it a
it
mix?
a mix. It's definitely a mix because
Interesting.
I saw some modern stuff, and I mean, but they got all they had several dozen
Oh,
hours
I'm
of
gonna have
different.
to check that out. See,
Yeah,
like I love that stuff. My fingers never really on the pulse of anything though.
well, I saw it was like $45 to
Oh.
stream one show.
Oh.
I was like $45.
Well, I'll have to maybe pick and choose then. I don't
Like
know.
they
That's a
might
bit
need to
much, but
adjust their product, their prices just a little bit, especially if it's not a live show. But I understand if you actually go to a live Broadway show, like
yeah,
it's gonna cost
it's
like a
gonna
hundred and
be
something.
more than that.
Yeah,
But
but
still, anyway, yeah.
$45. So
Mm.
So okay, there is Levy. He is with Avon and Stringer, and he's
Yeah,
trying to,
the lawyer.
yeah, he's talking to him about what they kind of figured out what they need to do. They're trying to figure out, what do I need to do to clean up, because
Right.
we know,
What their options are.
yeah,
Right.
and you saw Levy just got up and walked away because he knows they're about to talk about some illegalities that he doesn't want to
Right.
be privy to. He he
Totally.
he
He
gave them,
knows how to do his
yeah,
job.
yeah, he gave legal advice, and then he says,
Right.
I'm gonna let you gentlemen figure out what you, because like I say, he's not stupid. He knows exactly who he's working for. He
Totally.
knows they are hardcore criminals.
Yeah, he knows it's quote dirty money he's
Yeah,
taking.
yeah.
He's not. Yeah, he's not
But
dumb.
they pay him a lot of money.
I'm sure.
So basically they're like, okay, who do you know? Okay, who knew
People.
who all do you guys know that knew anything that can hurt you?
Yeah.
So
You
now
think?
you're like,
I assume he gets under the table bonuses as well. What do you think,
well,
Levy,
I
the lawyer?
know based on some of the stuff, because Levy represents him and Prop Joe and a bunch of the drug dealers all
Right.
throughout
I
the
forgot
show.
about that.
So and Levy also helps them launder money. They have legal money
Levy's
in,
dirty. He's a dirty
yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
lawyer.
So that is
He's one of
so
the bad ones.
so Avon thinks that laundering money is stupid because he's like, yo, I'm a gangster. I'm gonna flash this cash. Stringer, I'm sure, especially as we get into the latter seasons of The Wire, when we see what the Bell and Barksdale B&B Enterprises that Stringer has set up, his kind of, where he's got all this downtown property that's being developed and stuff, all the different shops and everything that they have. I'm sure Levy helped draft up some of the paperwork, or at least go over some of the contracts that Stringer.
Definitely.
Yeah, because he Stringer invested a couple $1 million of drug money into downtown real estate that they found out from their sources on City Hall was going to get bought up by the city. So they were buying this property because they knew it was going to get, it had to be repurposed by the city, and they were going to get to reap the profits and stuff. So yeah, or
real estate speculation.
Yeah, well, it was actually going to work.
And having your knowing what's going on, that's how you make the money on it.
Yeah, so okay, so I can't remember my what's her name? Red. Why can't I remember her name? Because I know it's Deirdre Lovejoy.
It's been too long.
Yeah, Deirdre Lovejoy. That's her real name.
I should just have I'll just put the IMDb on my phone. So what's going on here? They're saying like
Rhonda.
Stop this.
Rhonda Perlman. Okay, yeah. Okay, so but they're basically, I guess that guy's the current district attorney.
The guy, her boss.
Yeah, her boss.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, he the Sam Waterston in Law and Order. If you, oh no, I'm sorry, no, not the Sam Waterston. He's not the he's.
Oh, okay. I guess
maybe
he's okay. I guess he's not her boss. He's a city councilman, and
they
know. Yeah, he's a city councilman, and apparently a crooked one.
Right.
Was taking money from the park. Yeah.
Right. At least in this program.
So he called. Then a black guy sitting next to her is her boss. He called her and her boss in, and he was like, and they were like, "Hey, councilman, what do you want to talk to?" He's like, "Well, I just wanted to give," and he just gave her a file of canceled checks that he had originally cashed for his campaign. But
that's right. Right.
So now that the word is out that they have accepted a few political donations from this very corrupt criminal drug family, and they're like, "Uh-oh."
So they're getting, some of these guys are getting their ducks in a row, or kind of just going, "Oh look, I did this, but it was out of pure political. I didn't know.
Yeah, I did not know that these people were criminals when I accepted all these thousands of dollars."
Right.
And even though earlier in the season we saw the stuff with Clay Davis, and Clay Davis was getting regular drug payoffs or drug money payoffs. His guy Day, his driver, he would send his driver to get at least 20 G's every few weeks from the Barksdales. So this is them. Okay, so you see, they're at Orlando's. Obviously, like I said, my man is dead, but you see Stringer and Avon
Yeah.
And they're basically, Stringer remembered. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, that guy Wallace, that kid Wallace was the one that pointed out that stick up boy Brandon."
Yeah.
And he
Cleaning
knows,
up.
when they laid Wallace out in the pit,
Yeah.
or no, when they laid him out the projects on the hood of the car and the whole
they're
deal.
not Wallace. But
So they laid Brandon out. So, but Wallace was the one that picked up the phone with Poop.
What is that thing on top that says, this might just be a strip club thing? It says the 1-inch rule is strictly enforced, or it says the 6-inch rule and then crossed out and it says the 1-inch rule. Is that like how close you can get to the patrons? I wonder. Did you see that?
I think that, I think because
that must be like a strip club thing, or
because I know from my experiences going to clubs, they would have these big thick ass bouncers in there, and you could only be within X amount of to the girls. Although if you was tipping good, trust me, the girls
right, they'll get in there. But the 6 was crossed out and it was just a 1. Basically, get in there and get their money. That's all. That's pretty funny. That's a little Easter egg behind there. I think that's funny.
That was a good eye. That was good. Jill be Peel, everybody. Yeah, I love it.
Oh, thank you.
But that was. But no, I know. I used to go to the Odyssey Club up there in Nashville. Well, he got shut down.
I don't know the club, but
yeah. Yeah, but there was a club called the Odyssey that got shut down because, man, it was all over the local news here. They had police officers in there kind of doing it. There was some illegal activities with the girls going on.
My dad used to tell me some stories about this one place called, it was like a local place to the Bay Area. It doesn't exist anymore, but the name of it was called The Pink Poodle.
All right, E. Michael, what up, people? Well, what up, E. Michael? All right.
He got jumped in a strip club bathroom once.
Yeah, I used to go a couple times a week up there to the Odyssey, and we got, I knew I was going too much when the bouncers go, "Yo, Antonio, what's up, man?" And I'm like, I know I'm coming here too much when they know my name. When the people know my name,
you're like, "Uh-oh." Yeah, my dad it was like he was one of his first jobs, and his boss took him to the strip club, and he got jumped, and then his boss gave him a lesson.
We got a dead body.
Oh, no.
That's the young what was that lady from the first episode that the Barksdales had bought off to get her to change her story and lie.
Dude, and she did what she was supposed to do.
Yeah, but they coming back. They getting rid of anybody that could witness. Anybody took money.
No, they're cleaning up.
So Chardine was trying. She had her wire on. And remember, if you saw when they were wiring her up, they have the wires are way bigger than they used to be, right? So, but she put her wire on and she's trying to get information, but she's also she's all nervous. Look at her.
Of course, I would be too.
She's like, "Oh my God, and because she knows for a fact these people kill people now, so she's like, all right, so. So Wallace has come back. This was the mistake that remember he left in the previous episode, but that country lifestyle was not appealing to him. Living out there in Baltimore County with his grandma.
Look at the look on Dee's face. He's like, "You dumbass, why are you here?" He's like, you can see it in Dee's face. He's already sad. He already knows. He knows. Like, God damn, why'd you come back? Is what he's thinking in his head. Well, he's like, why are you here?
D also though, but you heard him he was telling Avon and Stringer, "Yo, Wallace out, man, let him be." And
right, but that's why he's sad. I think that he's come back. He's like, God damn it.
If he had just left, he'd still be alive. Because they weren't gonna send somebody to another city to hunt him down. They weren't. It's not what was that, Tom? What was it? That
D convinced them he's fine, and now he's back not being fine. What the hell?
Yeah. And so that's what it is. So, and Bodie's like, "Y'all, he just said he was out," and he was like, "Yo, if he say he back in, he back in." But I mean, and you see this Wallace is clean now. He doesn't look like he's all strung out on drugs and everything. He's been clean for a couple of weeks. He just needed to go somewhere and sober up. But D got a lot of love for Wallace.
Yeah.
And man, I hate
the younger brother sort of thing.
Yeah, I hate these crime scene photos, man, because they make them look like the brains all splattered out. it also reminds me. I don't know if you remember White Man Can't Jump with Woody Harrelson.
It's been a
The Tookie
while.
brothers. The Tookie brothers. They would, they were the loan shark guys that were chasing Woody Harrelson's character the whole movie. And then when he finally got enough money by beating the Duck and what was it, Duck and Farouk? When they finally beat that team at the end, he gave them the money. They had to beat him up and make it look like they had killed him for like ducking them all the time. They had a whole book of dead bodies, and he was like, "All right, do that." And so he had to sit there with like blood. They punch his mouth, and he's sitting there like,
I don't think I've ever
slate.
seen it all the way through. Now that I think, I mean, I'm, like, see a lot of Rosie Perez scenes and clips and stuff. I don't think I'm not sure I've ever watched it from beginning to end.
Well, yeah. Well, when they caught him the first time, they was like, "You see this book here?" And they were flipping through, showing all these people like, "Oh," and I was like, "Wait a minute! If you're a criminal, why would you be walking around with a book full of dead bodies and stuff?" And then they made when Woody paid him off. They hit him and he's like, "All right, we got to hit you." Bah! So his mouth's bleeding, and he's like, "All right, lay down." And he took a little picture, like he was like, "Yeah," and they took the picture. He's like, "All right, we good," and then he just went out. He's like, "Yeah, don't ever borrow money from us again."
Don't give it to me then. If I come to you, please.
They're loan sharks, of course. They're gonna take advantage of you, but it's don't ever take money from the. Don't take money from the Tookie brothers again. So, but yeah, all right. So D and Wallace are having that heart to heart.
Yeah, he's trying to give him some advice.
But he knows that Avon and Stringer were asking about him.
Yeah, he's on the radar already. He's already yeah.
And that is D'Angelo's mother. I can't remember that actress's name, but she had been on Homicide: Life on the Streets, and she brought him a plate. But yeah, she had been on Homicide.
A tough broad.
Yeah.
And
oh man, yeah, kissed her on the hand. Oh yeah. Now this is funny because people don't know that this is Brianna Barksdale, and they was. I remember, Wallace asked him, he's like, "Yo, who's that fine sister that just dropped this plate off for you?" And, thinking because D has a lot of women.
Right.
So he thinking this is somebody he's smashing. And he was like, "Yo, that's my mom, man. What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Oh, my bad." But I mean, D did kiss her on the hand, though. He did.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's like, "Hey, let me kiss my mother on the hand."
Relationship.
I'm like, if he kissed her on the cheek or something, but I understand from like a camera perspective, it would have been. I think
it tells you a lot about Miss Barksdale, frankly. Like, and she likes it. She likes being put up there on a pedestal, obviously. Being top bitch, right?
Yeah, I like that.
I assume.
Here we go.
What's his name again?
Okay, so here we go. Clay Davis. Yeah, Clay Davis with you see with Lieutenant Daniels and
I can only hear Lieutenant Dan now. Every time you start Lieutenant Daniels' name, that's all my brain stops after Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. Ice cream.
It's a horrible Forrest Gump. Horrible. Horrible. You should put it on the shelf.
Pray. I should put it on the shelf and never bring it out again. It's like, oh God. But you see him there with Deputy Commissioner Burrell. Yeah, so deputy, because he's not the commissioner yet. He's the deputy. He's the deputy commissioner or whatever. So
he's got that. Clay Davis has got that like perfect, like smiling, jovial, you can trust me face. Yeah. When all the time he's like scheming. Look at that smile.
And so so Clay Davis just asked Daniels, he's like, "You don't have any evidence that a senatorial aide was involved in taking drug money." And, and now, he's letting them know because he's getting a little irritated.
Now he's mad.
Yeah, because Daniels is like, "Dude, we know we busted your man out in the projects with 20 G's in his car that he got from drug dealers, and he was bringing it to you."
Right. We're
don't play
we know what's going on.
And Clay Davis is looking at Burrell because Burrell benefits from his friends on the city council and the state senate. And
to a
so
certain degree, they have to watch each other's backs and
so
asses here.
he's
They're all
talking,
involved in this crap.
which is the specific reason that Irvin Burrell is there. And he's like, "Will you explain to this motherfucker what's going on?" You know, because
he
he's sitting there going,
cracks there right at that.
he was like, "I thought this was your man," and he understood what was going on, and he's still acting with this. That guy did work for you, and we took this much. Will you explain to this idiot what's really going on
right
here?
now? And on top of it, Lieutenant Daniel's wife wants to get in on this scene too. So it's even, if you're thinking about it from their perspective, Clay Davis and Burrell, it is kind of weird that he's not in line with this, right? I mean, in their minds, it's like, wait, your wife's, kind of going into this world. You're a top dog. This is how the game's played, dude. You're supposed to play the game, but
okay,
he's a human being that cares. So
yeah, absolutely.
He play this stupid game.
And this actually does hurt Marla Daniels, because she doesn't have any suction going into the next seasons, and she does actually start getting political office. But so we're in the next scene now, and we've got Hawk or Lieutenant Herc. He was right. Yeah, he was dancing on the table with his test results. Remember a couple episodes ago, they both Herc and Carver had taken the sergeant's exam. And Herc actually scored higher than Carver. He scored 18 on the list.
At this point, we don't know anything yet, right? Like about Carver. Right?
And they were going to promote, I think they were going to promote about 50 sergeants, if I'm not mistaken. There's a short list of sergeants, but he scored high enough to make to make the next. He's excited
because he thinks he's going to.
He's like, I'm about to be a sergeant. I scored 18 out of, all the couple hundred people that took the test. I scored 18. So I'm in. But we know that Carver is actually going to get to jump the line.
Do we know that right now? I can't. Have we?
No, I'm
reveal
snitching.
that in the next episode. Oh wait, this whole thing has been. People should know that by now.
Well, but yeah, Carver.
But watching the show, we haven't found out yet, right? That's next episode.
No, but he did just tell Daniels. He was like, "Yeah, I'm in there," and Daniels asked him. He was like, "So how did Carver do?" And he was like, "Carver scored in like the mid 30s."
Okay.
So he scored 18, and Carver scored in the mid 30s, and he thought.
I'm going to assume whatever number they were going to promote was cut off before whatever Carver got.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Who is Carver? Oh, you must have came in late. We're talking about Carver, Officer Carter.
Is that even his name? We could have it wrong at this point, or I could. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he's a detective.
He's Carver, right?
Detective Carver from The Wire, who is also on The Walking Dead and a few other shows.
He's in The Walking Dead?
Yeah, he's in The Walking Dead. I think he was still on. I think he finally died the last season or something. But yeah, his character was alive for a while.
I was a season 1 and done with that one.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was kind of too boring.
Oh, okay. Yes, the young one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly.
But okay, so we just saw Bodie sitting in the car with Stringer Bell, and
but not the young. If he's talking about the young one that did their undercover drug buying.
Oh no, that's Sidnor. That would be Sidnor.
I'm just making the clear just in case. The young one of the pair, and actually, I don't even know if he's younger than Herc. I have no idea. It's the what is he? It's it's a white dude and a Mexican dude. I don't even know if he's Mexican. He's the Mexican dude. I'm just trying, it's that guy. Wait, I have my IMDb up.
But yeah, okay, so Bodie had just got the word from Stringer, and he let him know. He said, "Hey, Wallace is back," and he's like, and Stringer was like, "Wallace is back? I thought D just told me he was out the game," and he's like, "Well, he back in it now," and then so he's like,
"Boop boop boop, back on the radar."
So yeah,
no. Oh, this is sad.
So yeah, String's like, yo man, let's take care of
yeah, it's feeding the kids, all the parentless children.
Yeah, that they take care of in the projects.
He's back taking care of his little brood.
There's folks really living like this though. So
No, I'm just like knowing what's going to happen. It just,
yeah, yeah.
sucks.
But yeah, Bodhi hadn't talked to Poot yet. Okay, there's Santangelo,
This
who we
guy.
know that Santangelo
He was
was,
kind of a snitch, or was a
well,
snitch.
he was a snitch, and then
A snitch with a heart.
McNulty helped him
Right.
because he started realizing he's like, I don't want to snitch on another cop anyway.
Now, what happened here? He's retiring or being transferred? I can't
He's
remember.
being sent back up to
Back where he came
yeah,
from.
back up to
Yeah.
the homicide unit.
I forgot that they all came from different
Yeah,
units. Yeah.
where we have
He had a
Mr.
big old
Freeman.
smile on his face. He's like, "Yes, I'm out of here. I
Yeah, but
basically came out unscathed almost."
he thought he was gonna come out unscathed, but well, we have to get to the final episode
Yeah.
to do that. So. But yeah, so yeah, he actually ends up with the fate that McNulty wanted. It's like McNulty was like, yeah, well, if they put me on foot patrol in the Western, I'm good with that. That's why I came. I came from the Western. So if they put me on foot patrol in the Western, I'm good. That's not so much of a punishment to me. And they was like, okay, so where don't you want to go? He's like, well, I definitely don't want to be on the Marine unit. He's like the gas fumes from the boat. And so that's where season 2 opens up, where he's on the Marine unit, because they specifically put him somewhere where he didn't want to go. So okay.
He was given that advice too. How did he screw that up? Remember, like
because he's hard-headed.
Told that advice. Not to tell them where you don't want to go. Oh, Lester, I think said.
Yeah, Lester specifically, because
and
when he said
he fucks it up. What the hell?
13 years and 4 months in the pawn shop unit for doing good police work.
How did that not sink in? McNulty, you're an idiot.
All right, so we just went to you saw Bodhi talking to Poot and he just let Poot know that Stringer says that Wallace is a snitch, which he is a snitch, and they don't know yet, but Wallace is a snitch. And he got to be taken care of. And so, okay, there's Perlman with Lieutenant Daniels, Cedric. It's crazy to watch this relationship, because by the end they end up being they're in some kind of relationship. They're living together, and by the final episode of The Wire, they're hardcore in a relationship, which I think
Carver is Detective Ellis Carver. Actor's name Seth Gilliam.
Seth Gilliam, okay, yeah, because he had been on Oz. Him. Okay, so they're trying to teach. They're trying to teach Chardine how to walk in the strip club so that she can. They need her to, because they can't get a camera in there.
Without her glasses, right?
Yeah, because they're like, okay, yeah.
Is that that's what's happening, right? They're like doing like a blind person for her, right? Is that what's happening? They're like memorizing her steps. Is that what they're doing?
That's basically what they're doing. So that's why they have her ankles tied up. So she's walked, boom, that's 1 foot, boom, that's 2 foot, boom, boom. So okay, so this is gonna be 20 feet to this wall, and then 20. So that way they can kind of get, because like they have the blueprints, but they've made some adjustments on the inside of the bit, probably some illegal adjustments on the inside where they put cameras up and stuff. And so they're trying to figure out. It's not
permitted work.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, we need to try to slip a microphone and a camera in there. And if we can find out when they're not in, like when the strip club is closed, the building right next door to them is empty, and so then we can drill a hole in the wall and slip a microphone in there and all that. But we don't know where we need to put it where they won't see it.
Right. You don't want to just like put it in the middle. It's like eye level at somebody sitting at a desk or something.
Okay, so she just told him there's 24 stairs, 8 paces. She done figured, she knows how to walk, how to get her counts right. So I don't. She's got her counts.
Her and Lester must have had extra practice.
Yeah.
At home, maybe.
Practice? You talking about practice? There's only some Allen Iverson fans that'll get that. Okay. So, all right. So, I love this. The guy gave him a ride, and I guess they had negotiated how much it was going to, because he ain't no cab service. And he said, he dropped him off. He's like, 15. He's like, 10, nigga. And he's like, what you going to do? And then, all right, I'll take the 10.
Jerks. Little jerks.
He just drove 3 people. That's $5 a head. That's actually not unreasonable. But Bodie just strong armed him. It's like, you'll take 10 and like it. That other person was riding for free. So, okay, so they're drilling into the wall. Because this is crazy. They were like, yo, we're actually getting a spy camera into the office of the Barksdales. And we'll be able to do, but okay, so they're going.
That's not gonna matter.
Oh, so here we go. Okay, so Poop feels bad about this.
Well,
no, Bodie got the hoodie on.
I'm gonna take it down. Screw you, Bodie.
Okay. Screw you, Bodie. All right, so Poop feels bad about this. As a matter of fact, when we come into the latter seasons of The Wire, when Bodie starts to kind of reflect on some of the things that happened, like when Marlo Stansfield becomes, the Barksdales are locked up, and then Bodie starts to realize, that maybe just because they say somebody's a snitch, they don't necessarily mean they're a snitch, because Marlo takes one of his homeboys out that wasn't a snitch. And here we go.
So he kind of thinks about it more, less as being a soldier and doing his job, and actually thinking about the ramifications of killing someone. Yeah.
But Poot actually gets out during season 4. And he actually says, well, what about when they said Wallace was a snitch? He's like, yeah, well, that was different. And he's like, no, it's actually not different. Right. Wallace, if Wallace wasn't a snitch and you saying your man wasn't a snitch, but Marlo said he was, so that's what it was.
But Wallace isn't a snitch.
Wallace did give information to the police.
Oh wait, that's right. That's why he
didn't know he was.
He totally was.
He was hot. Yeah, he didn't. He lied. He gave everybody.
Kid, man.
Matter of fact, he gave everybody up except D. He lied on. He lied about D, but everybody else, he was like, oh yeah, they did that. Yeah, they did this. Yeah, they did that.
Yeah.
And so,
Wallace.
Yeah.
Bye, Wallace.
He says, you guys make so clear the storyline and make the storyline easy to follow. Well, thank you. And we certainly appreciate that. But oh man, so yeah, okay. So now they both got him.
And of course, you have to make Poot do some shooting
well,
too.
If you're gonna do a homicide, you better make sure both people there.
Participate.
It's like, oh no, the other guy just watched. He didn't do anything.
Right.
And
which one of you did this? Oh, he did it.
Let's see. I like Method Man on that. Yeah, Method Man actually, like I said, as we go into season 2, Method Man will join the show as Proposition Joe's nephew, Cheese. And what we find out, like in season 4, that the kid Randy, that was one of the 4 kids from the Boys of Summer, Randy is actually Cheese's son, but they never revealed that on the show. Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. I said son. Cheese is Proposition Joe's nephew on his mama's side, if I'm not mistaken. but Cheese is Proposition Joe's nephew, but he's also Randy's the kid's father from season 4. But if you notice, like when they call his name out in the school, his last name is actually Wagstaff. So Naaman is Weebay's son. Randy is Cheese's son, but they never reveal it because he never raised him or anything. They didn't have a relationship. He just kind of got dude's mom's pregnant and just that's what it was.
A while ago.
And then she was on drugs. She got locked up and that kind of thing. So Randy didn't have a relationship with his mom or his dad. So,
well, they're measuring the safe here, right? To see if they can get the safe out.
Yeah, because Avon and Stringer have realized that the police are coming back on them now. And so they're like, okay, we got to take all this stuff and we got to come up with a new location. Okay, Poop feels bad. He don't want Wallace's body to just be laying in that vacant like that. He wants somebody to at least find the body and claim it. So that's what he just gave that woman that number to the police so she can call him. And he told her specifically what to say. oh, I think there's like a dead cat or something in there or whatever. There's a, so they'll go and investigate and find the bodies so they can get it out. So yeah, he don't want him just because he don't want him to be a decomp in there. He was like, that was my boy and everything. Even though we took him out, that's my homie. Yeah, he was like, I don't want him because it could be they out in the projects. It could be weeks. That body could just be sitting out there decomping for weeks. As we will see as Marlo Stansfield's crew gets to work and they start locking people up in them vacants. Some of those bodies that they
have seen that season.
Yeah, and some of those bodies had been in there decomposing for like months. That's what. So he's like, yeah, I don't want. He's like, whatever. Even if I think Wallace is a snitch, that was my man, and I don't want him going out like that. So, tell him that there's like a dead dog in there or something, and they'll come and investigate and find Wallace's body. So, and we find now that they have gotten the call, Bunk. See, and he had just talked to Wallace a couple episodes ago when Wallace was in there, and what was it? It was him and McNulty and Daniels. They all talked to Wallace when they had picked him up. So
yeah, and we're talking over it, but Lieutenant Daniels went to Wallace's mom, who was a real POS.
Yeah, she was high. She's like Tally. She's like Tally, mom.
$10 from me. Just get the hell out of here.
Yeah. She's talking about you take that. Yeah, but she's like Tally, mom. It's like if you're a South Park fan, she remember. Don't forget to bring a towel. Yeah,
Tally.
But yeah, Dee's mom. Wallace's mom is. Yeah, Wallace. You want to get high? That's Wallace's mom is like she's like a real life Tally because she's definitely on that narcotic. Okay, he just got the call. I think
she's on harder stuff than Tally, but maybe not. Maybe not.
So okay,
I think maybe the hardest thing Tally would do maybe some LSD, maybe.
So McNulty, McNulty just got the word from Lieutenant Daniels on the cell phone. He was just like, they got Wallace. Bam. And he feels bad because he was trying to, whatever he thought about Wallace working for the Barksdales, he thought Wallace was a good kid. And so, they've been in there. I bet that office smells like old bologna and farts.
Oh my God, you're so right. Ugh.
Yeah, it's just because they just been in there with like old, stankful.
And it's just a bunch of dudes too. So that just makes sense.
Yeah, they look like they've been in there all night.
There's no way like Herc. He's not super clean.
Oh, hell no.
He's a slob.
That's why
I assume.
That's why it kind of threw me off. I think it's in season 2. It might be season 3 when they actually it's Bodie and Poop and they're at the movie theater and they coming out the movies is Herc and Carver with their girlfriend wives or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like
their girl wives, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, it's definitely Carver definitely has a wife because he mentions that later in the later seasons. So, but she may not have been his wife then. But either way, they're like significant others.
Married. Herc doesn't seem like
Herc doesn't seem like he's married. But Carver definitely gets married because he talks to his wife later in the later seasons. Because he felt bad about some of the stuff that was happening to Randy, and he actually was going to take Randy in as a foster kid and raise him, but the judge would not let Carver take him in because Randy had got labeled a snitch, and he was like, "I'll take him in, and we can transfer him to a different school and stuff." Because the kids were starting to, Marlo had put it out there that Randy was a snitch, and they had started like he was getting picked on every day at school because they was like, "Oh, he a snitch. He's cooperating with police," even though it wasn't really true.
Yeah.
So. All right, so yeah, you saw that big ass tracking device that they just put on D'Angelo's car, and because all the muscle had gotten arrested, Avon talked D'Angelo into driving to New York to actually pick up a drug package, which is just the dumbest thing on the planet. Yeah. That's your nephew. Why wouldn't you have someone else? Although I understand he's gonna say, well, there wasn't nobody else I could trust.
Right. Of course, that's what that's the excuse. Totally.
So yeah, so they tracked him. They let him pick the drugs up, and then they pulled him over with the drugs in the car. And so there's McNulty's and Daniels. And he's like, wait a minute, y'all not gonna trick me this time, because remember earlier in the season they had him like writing a note to the dead security guard family and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's actually amazing that he's still alive. If you think about it.
Especially after Levy told Stringer and Avon, yo, when I got there, your nephew was writing a note to the dude.
Right.
And Avon had to check him like, yo, man, you didn't do nothing. What the hell you apologizing for?
But he doesn't want to get what's her name's wrath, the mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, his sister. She'd beat his ass probably.
Oh yeah. Brianna is definitely, as we gonna see in the latter seasons. Brianna Barksdale is hardcore. She is smart, and she's the only one that manages to, even though through all this gangster shit, she manages to get away scot-free. She manages to have some money. She just lays back in the cut.
Does she which this is nothing against it, but because it's smart, I assume this is like she used her woman card a lot probably to get through unscathed as well. I bet.
She never played that woman shit. She always was hardcore.
She's just like a badass.
Yeah, she's a Barksdale. She don't play that soft woman shit. She's a Barksdale. And so she's okay.
She's good.
So okay, you saw McNulty and Daniels, they were leaving, and they just told D'Angelo that Wallace was found murdered. And he thinks they're lying. Get the fuck out. He thinks they're lying.
Right.
Which obviously we know that he's telling the truth. So now we're with Brianna and Avon.
Yelling at Avon. The only person probably that can really yell at Avon, right?
Oh,
is it his bigger sister, his older sister?
No, he's older.
He's older.
He's older. And then they went to see that other brother that took the shot in the head.
Right.
Yeah, he was the oldest brother.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Avon's older than her. But yeah, she grew up. There were a couple of other brothers. The Barksdale family was pretty big. Yeah. So, but D'Angelo's not like the other Barksdales, and like I said, he doesn't believe McNulty that they he does. Yeah. So okay. So now he's talking to Levy and Stringer Bell. And now, they're having their little. This is when D'Angelo flips. This is when he's decided that, okay, I'm going to cooperate with the police, and I'm going to cooperate with the police, and I'm going to give them everything as long as they wipe my slate clean, which is what they offer him. He's willing to snitch and give up his uncle and the rest of the family. They're going to give him police protection. They're going to relocate him to another city. Mm-hmm. And he gets a new life. Let me see here. Jay So Cool, Mr. 80s. Hey, guys, I'm new here. Well, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Please hit that subscribe button. And, okay, so this is...
He's pissed about Wallace.
Yeah, he's pissed about Wallace. Honestly. And Stringer is like, yeah.
You know what? I bet D'Angelo, he probably feels even a slight disrespect about it too, because that means his word for that Wallace isn't good enough. Right, isn't good enough. They shot him anyway. It's like it's disrespectful to D. And
I would if I'm D, I would definitely feel disrespected because he stood on it. He was like, no, Wallace is a soul.
Right.
Although he was wrong, though, and Stringer was right because Wallace had snitched and was willing to give up information.
He had, yes. Yeah. We don't know if he would have done it again, but...
They had him, though.
I know.
He had already...
You're right. He was part of their case or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. They were obviously, obviously a human life had just lost. They were upset that the kid got killed, but they were like, that he directly tied Stringer Bell into the murder of Brandon.
Yeah.
So that's why when we get towards the end and they are able to arrest everybody else, they don't have a witness that corroborates Stringer Bell being directly connected to everything. Yeah. So that's why when we go into the next season, Stringer Bell is able to stay out of prison and run the operation.
Mm-hmm.
So That's what it is. So this is a very significant moment with Bodhi and Poop killing Wallace. So that is extremely, because he directly put Stringer Bell in the murder and torture of Brandon. So okay. So okay. So now Burrell. Here's the file that we will see again in season 4, I think. This is the file that Irving Burrell has been keeping on Lieutenant Daniels from when Lieutenant Daniels had only been on the force for a few years, and there was
How many binders do you think Burrell has?
On his enemies?
Yeah, he probably has a whole garage full of those binders.
I suspect he's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones before there was Littlefingers.
Who will be on this show.
Yeah, that's actually where they saw him from. That's where he actually, the role of him playing Carcetti on The Wire actually made him very famous over in his home country. So that's funny. Yeah, so he got some like British acting award for playing Carcetti on The Wire. And yeah, that's one thing about The Wire. It got nominated and stuff for a lot of awards, but it got a lot of shine in international, like the BAFTAs and stuff like that. That's
so interesting. You don't see that very often, I don't think. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I'm ignorant on the subject, really.
Yeah,
but that's interesting.
Yeah, Aidan Gillen he won a BAFTA for best acting or best guest actor or whatever for playing Carcetti on The Wire. Oh, here we go. All right, they pulling up. All right, so you see, like I said, they at this point they've been for the last few days trying to clean everything up. They've been trying to get rid of witnesses, all this kind of stuff. And so they
remind me, because the Wire crew has been watching them do this. Like, they know they're getting their ducks in a row, right? Because they had the little camera in there. Are they communicating with the cop team that's coming into
the team that's coming? No, they haven't.
There's no communication there, right? Okay.
Because some of those people report to people who report to Irving Burrell.
Right.
So they've been
kind of their own cleanup in a
they've been keeping everything on the low. They've been kind of keeping things on the low.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Like, idiots.
But they're right to be a little cautious, because we know we find out that Carver was snitching to the deputy ops and giving them information.
No. What I mean is, it's stupid on the part of the Burrell and stuff to not try to get I don't know. It's just funny. But they didn't know. I mean, this was happening just a few days before. But
yeah. So all right. So yeah, and he thinks this is funny.
There's gonna be nothing here.
I think we're gonna see this guy here. He's gonna be maybe a couple more times throughout.
One of those cops we see again.
Yeah. This is not the last time we're gonna see him. I think he does make an appearance. I think maybe around season 3 or so. But this guy, yeah, okay, this guy here, boom. All right, so they come up. All right, so they're like, yeah. I love this whole thing right here. So they're just
waiting.
Yeah, they just open the door. So they just open the door, and they've got the safe open because he told Stringer, he's like, hey, might as well not mess up a good safe.
Right.
So open the safe up and let them, because they had 11,000 or something in there or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, just open the safe up so that they don't have to drill it open, because they'll give the safe back, or they won't even take it, So like when you go to the new place, you'll be able to just take the safe, as opposed to if they drill it and mess it up, because that safe there costs several $1,000s. That's
I'm sure probably probably at least $5,000, maybe.
I'd say more than that. That safe right there. I mean, that's a big ass safe.
Yeah, it's big.
That safe probably costs about $7,000-8,000 at least. And like I said, you would have to directly drill into you'd have to drill into. I mean, that's a very secure safe. So okay, here we go. McNulty's like, we got him, but we don't have him. So he's like, he feels weird about everything.
Yeah.
Because they know they don't have Stringer directly. They don't, which that was another thing, because McNulty's connection was with Stringer. Remember, McNulty in the first episode is sitting in the courtroom, and Stringer is him and Stringer. that they have, but he don't have that connection with Avon. He wants to catch Avon, but he don't have that connection with Avon.
Right.
So he's like, damn, I've been trying to catch Stringer. And matter of fact, when Stringer finally dies, McNulty, when they go to his house, he's upset because he's like, this motherfucker don't know that I had him. He had a witness that had directly tied Stringer Bell again for the second time. They had Wallace. Wallace died. They had someone else that was able to flip and give Stringer and connect him so he could actually lock Stringer up, and Stringer gets killed. And he's like, this motherfucker won't know that I had him. I had outsmarted him. And that's the thing, because he wants to catch Stringer because he respects Stringer because Stringer's so smart.
Right. He knows he's not the Barksdale. Excuse me. Not that the Barksdales are stupid, but yeah, Stringer's pulling a lot of strings behind the scenes and making things happen.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, it meant something
in
to him.
In bigger ways than just drug money.
Yeah, because he was like, yeah.
The drugs.
Because he was like, I wanted Stringer to know that I outsmarted him. Finally. He'd been escaping me all. He's the white whale from Moby Dick.
Yeah, it's the classic story. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I want him to know that I finally caught his ass, and right when I got him.
Look, there's the couch. Empty now. Empty couch, Anthony.
The couch is empty.
I'm telling you, it's like it's a metaphor for a higher meaning that I'm too dumb to give.
Okay, so
we end on the empty couch.
Yeah, we end on that was a great shot, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a great shot. So we got one more episode to go, which is Sentencing, which is the final episode of season 1. And yeah. So let me see.
Yeah, in case anyone cared, they were put in handcuffs and.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you can, even if you don't know what's going to happen, you can kind of see what's going to happen. They don't have anything. They don't really have a lot of hard evidence. You know, there's some money here. Nothing that's going to hold water in court, really, right?
Actually, they do have hard on everybody else except Stringer.
Okay. So Barksdale goes down.
Yeah, they got D. They got Avon.
How long does Avon get?
Avon, they give him like at least 5 years. I think he gets 5. D'Angelo gets 20 years. They give him 2 stacks. He gets 20 years.
Well, he had his chance to have a
because he didn't take. They came down hard on him because he reneged on his agreement to take the plea deal.
Exactly.
And so they stacked everything up on him. Also, there's a point where you see, because Brianna's going to go up to New York and go talk to D'Angelo when she finds out that he is snitched, that he's going to snitch, and she gets him to switch it up, and then they bring Levy back in. And he's like, they talking to him, and he's like, okay, you about to get 20 years. And he's like, okay, your uncle will take the weight for the family if you're ready to run things. Because of the mistake of sending you up there to take all to be a drug mule, your uncle is willing to take all the weight and go to prison and do the time, but you have to stand tall and be the man. And D'Angelo's like, I don't want to run this empire. I don't want to be in charge. And so they switch it up.
Is this the next episode?
That's the next episode, but that's basically what it is.
We should stop. I should stop you.
But I'm just saying that's what it's just foreshadowing. Yeah. But that's what's coming up. But so that is it. Matter of fact, let me get Jay So Cool, Mr. 80s. He says Spider-Man 3 update. Dr. Octopus from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is joined. Oh, that's what's that? Molina.
Alfred.
Alfred Molina. Yeah. And Spider-Man 2 was the best of the 3 Sam Raimi movies.
I disagree with you.
Oh yeah.
I so disagree.
But Spider-Man 2 was my favorite. I thought that was about as perfect of a Spider-Man movie as you get. Spider-Man 2 is incredible to me.
That's funny. Interesting.
But
I haven't seen it
if they get Alfred Molina to play Doc Ock, that's incredible, especially now. And I thought the special effects in Spider-Man 2 because they actually used they didn't use CGI octopus arms, because that probably would look real cheesy. They actually used
back then.
Yeah, they used animatronics. They actually used real puppet arms. I think it was Sam Winston Studios that had worked on Terminator and stuff like that, and Predator and some of those other movies. But yeah, that's but okay, so The Wire is over. Yeah, matter of fact, let me go through everything and bring everybody back up. So, all right, so JillStream, Wednesday until at least, like I said, we'll finish this last one and be done with it. And
you'll know when we know.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. But yeah, JillStream, I think, are you going to be able to next week? I don't know how your schedule is.
Well, I'll have to see.
We'll figure it out. But either way, we got one more episode. We're gonna finish it. And it's on my playlist there on the thing. We're also gonna take this. We're gonna put it on my podcast, anchor.fm/Ikari Press, which you can also find on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google, blah blah blah. Just type in Ikari Press on whatever you listen to podcasts on. It should come right up. And salute to all my good friends over there at Planet EJLBN that's been hanging out with us. Yeah, and if you do want to come hang out directly in the chat, it is youtube.com/Ikari Press. Please check out my book, Brand Way of the Gun, which you see it scrolling in little tiny scroll right there at the bottom. Brand Way of the Gun, IkariPress.com. The link is also in the description.
Oh my god, I can barely see it, Antonio.
Yeah, it's tiny. Tiny.
But like the font color, it's barely visible.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, but
you should change that.
Yeah, I need to change it. But
I didn't even know. Seriously, I didn't know anything was scrolling. I was like, what?
As you can see here on the screen now in big bold letters, you can go to damecomic.com, which is also in the description, to pre-order your copy of Dame Drops. Super official with myself and Kanan, working with Dame Drops and Badlands Chugs and all those good folks over there. So, Jill, is there anything that you would like to say before we roll out on today's stream?
The Happy Thanksgiving to everyone?
Yes, Happy Thanksgiving.
Or whether you care about it or not, or just, have an enjoyable day.
If you celebrate Thanksgiving, or even if you don't, I know there are people in other parts of the world that do not celebrate Thanksgiving, but
and people here who don't want to necessarily celebrate Thanksgiving,
right.
And I get that too. It's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. If you do celebrate Thanksgiving, we hope you have a happy and blessed one. Yeah. If you don't, hope you have a great day and get to hang out with people that you care about and go kick it.
If you're alone, no. But anyway, around here, there's no hanging out. Or you shouldn't be around here.
And hold on, Jay So Cool, Mr. Jay So Cool, Mr. A says, "What do you think the new Spider-Man 3 logo is?" I have no idea. I have no idea. I have to look into that because I'm actually interested now that you mentioned that. I'll need to pull that up and maybe tweak some stuff out. But again, check us out: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, right here on YouTube, all at Ikari Press. IkariPress.com takes you to Brand Way of the Gun, and of course, DameComic.com will take you to Dame Drop Super Official. We're also on Amazon and Teespring if you want to get some of our shirts and help support us, which I just got another little check from them. I did not realize. I hadn't checked in a while, and I was like, hey, you guys have actually been really cool buying our shirts. So thank you guys.
Awesome.
I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, we sold some shirts. So appreciate you guys. That is really cool. I really appreciate that. So thank you. And the JillStream is over, guys. Excelsior!